Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 103 of my brand new comics haul series, where I show you guys every book that I picked up at the local comic shop every single week, and I tell you a little bit about every single issue that I picked up. So this week I've got, I think, 6 issues in total, a couple from Image, 4 from Marvel. Really not that big of a week in terms of just like new releases that are a big deal, no new number ones or anything like that. But I'm going to go over my Marvel issues first. One is one that I'm really excited about, my most anticipated issue of the week that I'll start off with here. This one is Avengers Forever number 15. So you might be thinking, why is he excited about Avengers Forever? Like the companion title to the main Avengers run that nobody buys anymore. I've been telling you guys for weeks that you got to pick this up, right? So it's just this crazy multiversal story called Avengers Assemble, right? That's been going along across the Avengers title and the Avengers Forever title. So this is part 9 of 10, and next month we've got like the huge finale, big oversized issue. My main thing that I love about this event so far is just that there's been a lot of build up to it throughout Jason Aaron's run, which has been going for like 5 years. Let's show some interior artwork here, and it just led to this huge multiversal battle. Look at this artwork. This is insane. With like all of the Mephistos from across the multiverse fighting an army of Dooms, Doctor Dooms, as well as all of the heroes that have assembled throughout the Jason Aaron run. So now we're just in this huge like final battle, one of the biggest just like fights in Marvel history pretty much, with a bunch of different multiversal characters. I've gotten some people in the comments talking about how this isn't actually that great of a story because there's not really stakes for characters, like you don't care about any of the characters, but just the wide scope of it is something that I feel like we haven't really gotten in too many Marvel events recently. And it's just really huge stuff going on. So I'm loving this event so far. Artwork in this issue looks amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens at the end of Jason Aaron's Avengers run, and then we've got Jed McKay taking over after that, right, with a new relaunch. That's Avengers Forever number 15, Avengers Assemble part 9. Next up, though, from Marvel, this is another new series. This one is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 4. I've been hearing some good things about this, right? I'm also enjoying this relaunch a lot. What I've been saying about it is mostly just that it feels like it wasn't that much of a tonal shift from the last series, the Saladin Ahmed run. Feels like the exact same Miles, which is a good thing, right? I feel like transitions between series can be pretty jarring. Like how Donny Cates' Hulk was so much different than Immortal Hulk was, and people didn't like that. Miles isn't doing that, so you can appreciate it. Cody Ziegler has been doing a good job being the new writer. The artwork by Federico Vicentini in here is pretty strong. I think sometimes it's a little bit cluttered because his art is so jagged, it kind of blends together in certain panels, but overall we've got this really interesting new story with this new villain named Rabble. We got her origin a little bit revealed last issue. It turns out that she was the person in the lottery to get into Brooklyn Visions Academy, that school that Miles has been going to. She was like one number below Miles, and he was the one that won, right? So it's just like this silly revenge story that she's gone her whole life to get revenge on him, right? Which is unrealistic, but it's just comic book fun, so you can appreciate it, right? There's some more interior artwork, though. Miles Morales Spider-Man, pretty strong title so far. Nothing that crazy, but I do recommend this one, and issue 1 definitely was a good jumping on point, so try it out. Next up, though, from Marvel, this is the second to last issue I got from them this week. This is one that I was kind of on the fence about, but I just decided to add it to my pull list after reading that first issue. It's Red Goblin number 2. This is a really weird title. Basically, Normie Osborn, who's Norman Osborn's grandson, now has possession of like an offspring of the Venom symbiote, I think it was. Who is named Rascal, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's like this kind of like puppyish symbiote, right? That's the idea behind it. So it's just this dynamic between the new symbiote and Normie, him dealing with like school, him dealing with having this symbiote to begin with and sort of becoming a hero, but trying to differentiate himself as much as he can from when Norman Osborn was the Red Goblin and his whole reign of terror and everything. This hand on the cover is the hand of this new character that was like revived from a past Spider-Man storyline from Dan Slott's run. The artwork in here is probably my least favorite part, if I'm being completely honest, but it was just kind of a fun story, like not really something you see that much these days, definitely not taking itself too seriously, and it's going to be leading into that new Carnage Reigns event that's like crossing over with Carnage and Miles Morales, so I also added Carnage to my pull list just so I'd be able to be all set up for that event, even that's a little bit scummy though, that Marvel is making you buy other titles to, understand what's going on. Still though, Red Goblin is like kind of a strong recommendation so far from me. That first issue is pretty good. Last one from Marvel this week, though. I'm not sure how many people are still picking this book up. Probably a lot because it's just a best-selling title, but I'm curious what you guys are actually thinking about this one right now. This is Hulk number 13, Titan Takes Over. That already happened in the first arc, right? And they marketed it the same way, where Titan was such a big deal. But we've got Ryan Otley, again, writing and drawing this issue. Donny Cates is completely off of the book, and this is the second to last issue. Next issue is like the end of the whole series. And then, if you didn't see my breaking news video on it, I made a video about how they just announced that the new Hulk creative team, after this, they're relaunching with a new #1, is going to be Philip Kennedy Johnson writing and Nick Klein on artwork. So I'm really looking forward to that new direction, but at this point I might as well ride out this old run to the very end. There's still some plot threads left hanging about how Bruce Banner was able to separate the alter egos into different parts and control the Hulk and make it his starship like he has throughout this whole run. And I think what I'm looking forward to most about the new run of Philip Kennedy Johnson is just that he's going to be going back to the roots of Immortal Hulk, right? Bringing back that horror energy, which was just completely lost in this new series. So overall, a little bit of a miss from me, in my opinion. There were some strong issues. What was it called again? Banner of War. That event was really good, the crossover with Thor. But other than that, there's not been too much going on here. At least we've got some good Ryan Otley artwork, though, and we'll see what he does after he wraps up with Hulk, right? That's number 13 of Hulk, though. Next up, this is the last issue that I actually picked up for new releases this week. It's an Image issue. Gunslinger issue number 18. Crazy looking cover there, with Malbolgia, all of his different little clones and stuff. Gunslinger has just been okay lately. To be completely honest with you, I can't even remember too much of what happened in the last issue. Basically, it's just the same thing every issue for the most part. It's just Gunslinger hunting down the descendants of the people from the 1800s where he came from that were his opposition, the people that killed his little sister, I think it's supposed to be. So we've been getting more and more revealed about his past, but he's just this time-displaced gunslinger that's going after the relatives, basically, of his enemies from the past. So, cool concept, but the writing isn't great since it's Todd McFarlane. Artwork in here remains strong by Brett Booth, and I'm honestly surprised that Brett Booth has stuck around for 18 issues at this point. The one thing about Spawn's universe I will say is they feel kept consistent artists throughout all the series they've been doing for 1 or 2 years at this point, and they always release month by month. They're never late, so definitely putting out some solid comics. Even if they're not the greatest, they at least keep them pumping. Quantity over quality, right? Okay, crazy looking last page there. But yeah, Gunslinger is just okay. I really don't have too much to say about it. If you guys are still reading it, I'm sure a lot of people are. Let me know what you're thinking of it down in the comment section below. It's just kind of a fun break from whatever other more somber, serious stuff is going on, right? The last issue I picked up, though, I won't talk about this one for too long. This came out, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it's Local Man #1. I really have no clue what's the actual plot of this or anything, but I wanted to pick this one up because I'd heard about it, but then I didn't realize that it had already released, and I saw some headline about it selling out or something. My shop still had a bunch of copies, so I figured I'd just try it out here. The reason that I want to try this, though, is because it's co-written by Tony Fleeks, who is also doing some framing for the artwork, I guess. And I think it's some sort of superhero title, but maybe follows this normal guy. I really can't tell you guys too much about the plot because I haven't read a synopsis or anything. But Tony Fleeks is the writer of Stray Dogs, which is one of my favorite comics from, I think, 2021 that came out. So I had to try this out to see what the deal is with him. Only co-writing it, though, so we'll see if this is at all similar to Stray Dogs, because that was a really great title. So we'll see about that Local Man #1. If you guys pick that up, I'm really curious what you think of that one. Those were all the new releases, plus that Local Man #1 that I picked up for New Comic Book Day this week, though. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to reading this week down in the comments section below, or which was your favorite if you already read your issues. We're also getting close to that 500 subscriber milestone. Thank you guys for subbing up to the channel recently. We've really been growing. So if you're not already subscribed and you've been enjoying the content, make sure to hit that big red button right below the video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next week for episode 104. Bye, guys.